So, now that you know the full minor scale, let's talk about the minor modes. And don't run away because it's really not as complicated as it sounds. We learn in school that it's like the major scale but played from D to D and all this stuff, and it gets super confusing. But really all it is altering one single note within the basic scales. So if you have your A minor scale, the mode called Dorian, which is very useful. All it is the sixth scale degree is raised up by a half step. So instead of playing the 8th fret, we play the 9th fret. Or rather, we play the same note, in the 4th fret of the D string. So, and now reach up with your first finger. 4, 5, 7, so. Hear the difference? Versus regular minor, Dorian, regular, Dorian. The classic Dorian chord progression is alternating between A minor and D major. So it's that classic Santana thing, right? And the other Dorian note is actually kind of related to that visually, and it's the 7th fret of the B string. So you have your normal pattern, right? And now you go, or you can leave out the pinky note on the B string and just go. It's a really cool sound too. So that's Dorian, and it's essentially a minor 1 chord with a 4 major, because this note that we've altered makes it a 4 major, makes it a D major instead of a D minor. So that's Dorian. That's really all you need to know, is raise up the 6th scale degree by a half step, and you have Dorian. You don't need to learn a full new scale pattern or anything. You just need to understand the notes of your minor scale and then understand which one to alter. Now, in my opinion, and I may get barked at for saying this, but the only other minor mode you need is Phrygian. And you don't really need it, but that can be fun to play around with. And all that is a minor scale where we've lowered the 2 by a half step. So it's a flat 2, right? Normally we have the 7th fret. Now it's been flatted, which means it's down a half step. So that means it's now the 6th fret instead. Okay, so instead of, we now have it's an A minor and then going up a half step and making it a major chord, and then throw in the C major. You have the full Phrygian progression. As opposed to it's up an octave. If you continue the pattern, you find the next note in the 8th fret of the D string. So you have, and then you continue on the G string, and then it's here in the 6th fret of the high E string. So that's Phrygian, regular minor with a flat 2. Again, just one note that you need to alter. And of course you need to know where to find it within your octaves, but that's something you should know anyway. You shouldn't just recite a bunch of notes from a scale without understanding how they work. I know a lot of guitar players do that, and a lot of them do it well, but it's so helpful to know which note you're actually playing and how it functions so that you can take advantage of all those great things. So those are the minor notes to me. Of course, there's Locrian too, but still, for the life of me, I have not been in a situation where I was like, you know what, this needs Locrian. Dorian and Phrygian, but really mostly Dorian. Phrygian is fun because of the half-step thing that can be useful, but you don't even have to see it as Phrygian. You can just see it as going up a half step from the root note, which is a powerful thing. Minor modes, stay tuned.